Jackie Powell.
Okay, well, I saw in the first three quarters, Asia Wilson was having trouble getting touches. I want to know who made that possible and then why that wasn't able to happen in the fourth.
I thought the team did a really good job in general of just fighting catches, just not letting her get as many clean looks. I mean, she's a really, really good player, so she's gonna find a way to impact the game. She did, but she shot about half as many free throws as last time. I thought we did a better job not fouling her. And I thought we did a much better job denying catches and forcing her out. But, yeah, like I said, I mean, I think really good players are always going to find a way.
Sarah Valenzuela.
Hey, Coach. So I kind of just want to talk about.
I lost you, Sarah.
Hey, Sarah, we'll come back to you. I'm not sure what's going on, but let's go over to Tim Crowley.
Hey, Coach. These last few games, this team's shown a really good job of getting away from some of the early losses, digging a hole early. How important was that through three quarters, only trailing after the first quarter because of that buzzer beater?
Yeah, I thought they did a really good job in those three quarters, a really good job. And then to come back, win the third quarter by 4, that's a really good team over there. That's a, first or second place level team. And so the way that they fought, not just fought, but executed through three quarters was really exciting. A few things just got away from us in the fourth. I thought we got away from shooting open threes. I thought, they pressured a little bit more. We didn't move the ball quickly enough. We just weren't confident enough in finding those shots. And then when we did have them, we just didn't shoot them enough, I thought. I know we attempted 27, but it was probably a game we could have attempted closer to 35 wide open. So, but that aside, I mean, that's mainly what we talked about. We put together 3 really good quarters, and then in the fourth, couldn't score.
We'll go back to Sarah Valenzuela.
Okay. Can you hear me now? Are we?
Now I can't.
All right, we'll go to Jeff Magliochetti.
Hey, Coach, you mentioned during the availability that you were hoping to see some energy from that squad. How pleased were you to see? How pleased were you?
Jeff, I can't hear you either.
How about now? Can you hear me?
Yep, there we go.
Okay, sorry about that. So you said during the pregame that you wanted to see some energy from the squad, and I think you guys got it from Amanda Zahui B today. What can you say about the way she led tonight when her shots weren't falling, but she found another way to contribute, to say the least?
Yeah, for sure. I thought, again, I gotta go back and watch and see, help situations and things like that where sometimes she can overhelp, and that's something we've been working on. But I thought individual one-on-one defense was pretty darn good. She had some fouls, got in foul trouble a little bit. Obviously, the rebounds were huge. But yeah, I think she's at a point now where I think she's pretty comfortable understanding that even when her shots aren't going, that there's so many things she can do for this team. She remains one of our best passers. She continued to find people on cuts when she was in those situations. I thought we were a step slow in terms of how creative our offense was. I thought we kind of got back to standing more, and they changed their pick and roll coverage. They didn't go into the ices as much, and they were weakening Jazz. I saw that, but otherwise, I think we got a little bit stagnant compared to where we were against Chicago, and so we've got to get back to that ball movement and that confidence.
Azar Johnson.
Hey, Coach. How's it going? I wanted to ask you, it's never good to have a loss, but the adjustments that Las Vegas made in the fourth to win the game, or to try to take control of the game, how much can your young players learn from this and move on to the next game and prepare them for the next game ahead of them?
Yeah, that's mainly what we talked about in terms of next steps. Was really they turned up the heat a little bit with their defense and got into rotations and just kind of flew around a little bit more and picked up the energy, and it slowed us down. I think, like I said, we really got stagnant in that fourth quarter, and I thought that the times that we did draw them in, they were really rotating and packing the paint. We didn't shoot a lot of open threes, and I understand from a player perspective that you miss a few and then you lose confidence, or you want to do something else. But you have to understand that when a team is packing the paint and giving you threes, you got to shoot them, and we have a team that can shoot them. So that was the biggest learning curve, I think, for us in that fourth, was everyone continuing to trust themselves, and continue to stick with the system. I think that's going to be something that, as they get used to, being comfortable and being confident in themselves, I think we're going to see those types of lulls. At least we will take the shots that we're generating that we want to take.
Miles Ehrlich.
Hey, Coach. This is the second game that you guys have played Vegas tight. You held them to 38%, which is 10% lower than they shoot on the season. What do you think you were doing that worked so well today on the defensive end?
Well, we didn't do as good of a job, I can say this, on their offensive rebounding. We didn't do as good of a job keeping them off the glass. But what we did do was we brought doubles and digs onto Asia Wilson a little bit better. She still had a good game, but fewer shot attempts, fewer free throws, forced her to give it up. And they had one nice sequence where we just telegraphed the double, and they just pinged it and got a layup out of it because we didn't bring our weak side help in. But I think primarily they really did a good job understanding player tendencies. Kayla McBride got into her shots early, Asia got into her shots early, and then they kind of settled in and started taking them out of their comfort zones. And they did a really good job again against really good players in Angel and Kayla McBride, holding them both to 4 of 11. But Giarca Hamby's a spark. She did a really good job off the bench, as she always does, just bringing them a ton of life. And she had some assists, and she was really good. So, but in all, I thought, as you guys saw, that first 3 quarters, we did a lot of things right, a lot of things to build on.
Last question, Erica Ayala.
Hi there, Coach. I wanted to ask you a little bit about the contributions of Paris Key and Jocelyn Willoughby in particular. Last presser, I asked you a little bit just about being able to get those minutes more evenly spread. So I'm curious how you felt they were able to contribute today.
Yeah, I thought, for one, Jocelyn's defense was stellar. She struggled from the field. I thought she got some good looks, a couple threes that just kind of rimmed out. She just was right on top of it. She had a couple kickouts where I thought she could have gone up strong, tried to get fouled. She got deep and didn't convert on those, but her defense was really, really solid. And then obviously Paris, she continues to be a really good spark for us, not just in the game, but in practice and off the court and on the bench. She's a really positive person. She's somebody who earned trust from all of us really, really quickly. And it's like, it's hard to take our starters off the floor, but it's exciting when you have somebody who you can trust to put in there. And both of them have filled that role, as well as Jasmine.
Great. Thank you, Coach. So I think those are all the questions that we have for you today. Just waiting for Harris to come up next. Thanks. Start with Jeff Magliochetti.
Hi, Paris. Thank you for joining us. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you.
Yes, thank you. So one thing, this was your 4th game with the team today, but one thing that's become obvious, you have not hesitated to contribute immediately. Took 8 shots in your first game, career high 14 today. What's given you the confidence to contribute in new settings so early on?
I would have to say Coach. He didn't give me a certain thing that I had to do. It was just more of just come in and just give energy. Play hard on defense. First thing he said to me when I got here is you have to earn your minutes on the court. And that's just what I'm trying to do. Just work hard, contribute as best I can to help bring some wins.
Erica Ayala.
Yes, Paris, I wanted to elaborate on what Jeff's question just was, but also, you know, when you're doing that after not being with a team in such a, you know, a unique situation in this 2020 season, you know, what were some of the ways that you were able to stay sharp during that time? And do you think that any of those things that you did allowed you to just come into this space and, as you said, earn your keep and as coach said, earn the trust of the team?
For sure. I mean, before I got here, I was in the gym every day, training, trying to stay in shape. I think that was one of the most important things, and working on my three-point shot, extending my game out. And then when I got here, coaches, he believes in me. He gives me his full confidence. I'm just trying to bring as much energy as I can and be encouraging and uplifting as best as I can.
Jackie Powell.
Hey, Paris. I'm curious to know what the process in building up your energy for this game, especially after a really emotional week. How has this team sort of looked after each other?
I mean, the group message, we try to uplift each other. I mean, we see each other every day, so it's just hanging around each other, whether it's like having like a team dinner. I love to fish, so, you know, trying to do things so we can kind of stick together and try to have some fun and take our minds off of basketball just a little bit. Just to know, like, we're humans at the end of the day.
Great, thank you, Paris. Next, we're going to have Amanda Zahui B. We are going to start with Jackie Powell.
Hey, Zahui. I was wondering if you could talk a little bit about the growth in the defense, especially what happened in these first three quarters, how you all collectively were able to limit A'ja Wilson's touches, and who do you think really contributed to that?
Honestly, Jackie, I don't feel like talking basketball today.
That's fine.
I'm going through it. I am tired of white people murdering black people and walking away from it. And there's no justice. I'm tired of black people waking up and seeing another black and brown body being shot at. I'm tired of white people having so much power and then just being evil and cruel with it. This whole game, I played it for my uncles being deported from Stockholm back to the Ivory Coast, just because the white man wants it. And I'm honestly tired. That's it. I hope everyone have a great rest of the day. Pray for justice and peace in this world, y'all, because it sucks.
Thank you, Zahui, and thank you all. We will be sending the recording shortly.